Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today we are discussing the top 10 cliches of romance I absolutely hate. If you haven't seen, I did do a top 10 tropes of romance that I love. That link is above me now if you haven't seen that video. This video is the opposite. We're talking about the things I hate, the things I don't want to read, I don't want to see, I just don't like them. As I said in the beginning of my tropes video, the difference between tropes and a cliche, I have done videos on this. The link is above me now if you haven't seen those videos. But in summary, a trope is a writing technique or scenario or structure type plot twist that's used a lot. Now the difference is a trope is one that you like and a cliche is one that you don't like. Cliches have been overused or, to be honest, personal preference. Tropes are very personal and it is from person to person for who likes them and who doesn't like them. Ultimately, if it's still being made, someone likes that shit. But with that, let's talk about the crap I don't like. Before we get into those, don't forget if you like what you see to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Alrighty, number 1, Insta-love. Just no. I shouldn't have to explain why this one is weird. You don't see someone and fall in love. You can see someone and go, or you can see someone and be like, oh, we could get on quite well. You don't instantly love them. Not to the point of a romance love. We're talking about, actually fully loving someone to the point where if someone was going to hurt them, you jump in love. You don't do that instantly for someone. And if you do, that's not love. That's high empathy levels and that's, protecting random people. But it doesn't mean you love the person you're protecting. You're just protecting someone. Number 2, enemies to lovers. If you've watched my tropes video, this was also the number 2 trope that I loved. Can you remember why? Enemies to lovers. When I like it, it's where you have two people who are from different sides of something and they fall in love. Kind of similar to forbidden love. But sometimes it's not banned, they just have different views. The traditional enemies to lovers is often someone who they just really hate each other. And I don't mind it where they sarcastically hate each other, but sometimes these people are just literally bullies to someone and then they like each other. That's not healthy. Sorry. Number 3, in denial. This is someone who loves someone, but they're too scared to tell them. Now that's not too bad of a trope, just that one bit. But when that person doesn't tell that other person and then gets upset that that other person is seeing someone else, that drives me mad. Because honestly, if you like them, tell them. I know that's hard to do, but if you don't tell them, that's also fine. But then you cannot be pissed off with them when they see someone else. Because as far as they're concerned, they are single and you are a friend or acquaintance. I find the jealousy mixed in with the in denial really infuriating. Number 4, cheating. There are varying degrees of this, but for me, cheating is just wrong. Now, where a lot of stories get away with the cheating is that they say that the person's in a very abusive and nasty relationship and then they find someone good and that good person is trying to get them out of that relationship and free them from that relationship. Now the thing I don't like about this, although it's got good reasons, if you are in that kind of relationship, you should not be jumping into another one. Yes, you should get help from someone and you should escape that relationship. And then you should spend time with yourself and learn to love yourself. Because if you've been in a horrible relationship, the likelihood is your relationship with your own being, it's not going to be great. So you should have time alone to work on that, work on you, and to recover from what you've been through. Now, I know this is fiction, but those are real situations that happen to people. And the idea that if they just wait for someone to come and save them, it's not going to happen. And it's not healthy to think that. So I find just all forms of cheating not nice. It's not nice on any person's side. I also find a lot of specifically lesbian romances. Quite often it's a married woman who then cheats with someone and then they break up, but often the guy's actually quite a nice guy. I love lesbian romances. I hate the cheating because it's like in any relationship, if you are feeling something for someone else, to the point where you think that you want to act upon that, you need to talk to your partner. Regardless of how they're going to take it, you should tell them. It's respectful. you know, and then as a couple you make a decision if you're going to go together and be polyamorous, if that other person's happy for you to go ahead and diverge into this new relationship you've discovered but stay with them because you still love them, or to break up because it's not going to work out that way. That's healthy behavior, not cheating. Number 5, no dialogue. How often has there been a romance that just happens, but they don't know each other? They have barely spoken. I mean, you know, Cinderella. They literally have one dance and then apparently they're gonna get married. It's creepy and just no. Number 6, dish rag MC. This is where, and I can see why people are doing this, you have a very plain protagonist whose love interest is going to be the hottest person on the planet, who has nothing apparently faulty in them whatsoever. If you see my videos on characterization, you know I hate the idea of perfect characters. But there's nothing wrong with someone not being attractive going out with someone who's very attractive. But there has to be something about them that makes this romance work. You know, something. There has to be a reason the romance is blossoming. It can't just happen because you want the underdog to get through. Number 7, inappropriate age differences. I think I'm going to get quite a lot of stick on this one. Age gaps are common, and that's fine. Dependent on the age gap itself. If one person was 12 and the other person was in their 20s, that age gap bad. It's the mentality difference. And I know in real life there are couples who have vast age differences, and that is totally their choice, and I'm happy for them. And I'm not saying books like this shouldn't be written. I just personally don't like them because I struggle to see it not in a trouble way, if that makes sense. It often comes down to grooming, or it's someone who has has trauma issues and are looking for adult figures. Even when you look at in the fantasy world, if you think of Fae dating human. Now, I mean, I love Fae. I really do. I mean, in Bast, in Name of the Wind, I'm into this. It shouldn't happen because the Fae are hundreds of years old. Why would they be interested in a human? Now, this is different if your Fae have normal living lifespans. That's fair enough. But otherwise, I mean, if you think about how often you disagree with your parents or how often you disagree with your grandparents, the further the age gap, the more disagreements you generally have. But as I said, I'm not saying this is totally wrong. It's just be wary of the age gap. You don't want a teen with an adult. Number 8, birth control or lack of it. If you're going to do a romance and it's quite spicy, it should probably be addressed how people ain't getting pregnant and how they're not spreading diseases. I don't mean you need to write a full essay, pages and pages, a paragraph of how the drug works or how the special rock works or any of that stuff. It should just be a little passing mention of how these people are not suffering ailments from having sex. Because otherwise, how are people in the real world going to learn that's something you should discuss before having sex? You know, accidental pregnancies, accidental STDs, they happen a lot. And if it's more common that you discuss birth control, it's less likely to happen. Number 9, flawless. This links into when I said about dish rag MC. Other end, you have 2 absolutely perfect people, absolutely 0 flaws. Impossible. Everyone has a flaw. We all love people. We all have family, friends, partners, and we love them to silly amounts, really. Not even that, animals. I mean, I love cats, and cats are the biggest dicks on the planet most of the time. Still love them, but they're flawed. That's the reason I like them. People are flawed. And if you have a completely flawless character, it does create unrealistic beliefs for people in the real world. Although fiction is fiction, people still learn from what they read and watch and see. The power creatives have is immense, because it's just what people see and hear the most is what will become their belief system. I don't mean your person has to be ridiculously flawed, but at least scar them or something, like anything. Finally, number 10, dumb drama. They fall out for no reason. If you're going to have romance in your book, whether the main plot is the romance or if the romance is just in with the plot, the drama should be caused by the plot, not a useless argument for no reason. And I've read many a romance where a useless argument happens, and it just infuriates me. It slows the story, it basically jars it, and just makes the book bad for me. I can't. If you're going to do drama with the romance, make sure it's integral to the plot. It cannot just be, oh, you like mayonnaise? I don't like mayonnaise, people. It can't be like that. There has to be a reason. And that's it for my top 10 cliches of romance that I really hate. If you also don't like these cliches, please comment down below. If some of these cliches are ones you absolutely adore, also please comment down below, because if you've got good examples of these done well, I am happy to read them and be corrected. I just haven't found these done well yet. It's just my thing. We all have different tastes. These are the ones I don't like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy what you see. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like to see it since I upload, click the little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Tumblr. I post bookish pictures, as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!